Ziggity Zig talking away. Talking of. For God's sake. Talking his way out of silver. Frig! I'd restart, but I don't care. Ziggity Zig talking his way out of silver. Game number 13 Redux between myself and Jagaroth, which is. Jagaroth was a random player. Let's get the names up here. Ended up being Zerg. This was. I think it was a team's even, if I remember correctly, but I'm now not able to remember. I did watch this again just last night before looking at this, so let's see if we can bring up a few things. It was a pretty basic game, pretty generic on Jagaroth's end of things, so Jagaroth managed to just sort of, maneuver into basic builds. We saw roaches, and we saw the spine go up. So I'm just trying to figure out some of the specific points here that I didn't quite get. So here comes my scout. 14. Did he go with a 14 hatch? No. Was that 14 is 15? Don't see a pool yet. About ready for a pool, I'd say. But oh no, there we go. So hatch before pool. All right. 14 hatch. 15 hatch ish. There we go. And Jagaroth finds me there. I'm at the gateway at the moment, so I do see it. My worst matchup, I think, is Zerg, even though I always say that about everything. I think I'm getting a little bit better at Protoss, but I just need to figure out what the difference is and what I need to do. So apparently that second Observer up against Protoss, just in case of some sneaky sneakiness, and sort of checking for any sort of cheese. The invisibility thing, that causes, I think, the most paranoia to me. So there's that coming out. Queen. What's this AP? ABM's not bad. EPM is the exact same as me. Jagaroth just seems to be spamming a little bit more. There goes my Cyber Core. Now, army supply is about on par. I'm staying even with the worker supply, which excites me. I'm great with that. Is he hitting up injects? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know how when you click on... Yeah, there's all my hotkeys. Jagaroth be using none. This one is spawning additional larvae. He's got 2 larvae on that. No larvae on the additional base. Oh, the other thing I realized... Much like my APM, my voice trails off during a live cast. Because I start and I'm all chatty and talkative, and then all of a sudden I'm all, oh my god, what the hell? So I did something a bit different there where I moved out with a zealot to see what was going on. And that managed to take out this Zergling that was at the Zelnaga Tower. Oh, that's a lot of queens. Okay, so peeking in over here, my robotics facility's on its way. My army supply is up. My worker supply is only slightly behind. I'm getting close to expansion money, which is awesome. Meanwhile, Jagaroth just seems to be, droning hard. Droning hard. Whoa! Oh, this makes me feel even worse. There goes the Roach Warren. So the Roach Warren is just going down at 714. Meantime, I've got a small force. Not anything big, huge, and exciting, but a small force. My forge. There is absolutely butt squat nothing coming out of my... Oh, that's because I totally crapped the bed and did not get an observer out. Oh, oh, excuse me. Could not get to the mute button fast enough, which reminds me, make sure the mute button is not set on, because that's what resulted in me derping my weekend game. You'll see. I love how I record everything out of order. Ooh, I love being a time traveler. Such a fun time. I started doing this. I think I was doing that with one of my mono battles with SC2 Mistakes. Monday mono battles. You should go over to SC2 Mistakes Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and play some mono battles. It was a good time. We were there Monday night, Griff and I. I suck, but I still had fun. That's what I love about this game. You can suck, and as long as you're in good spirits about sucking, you can suck and have a really good time. So here comes my observer, finally. Metabolic boost is on its way. I think... No, I was just about to say I was doing well with supply blocking, but no, I am just about supply block now. My army supply... yeah, I'm just not making the units, and I'm not getting the... Oh, the upgrades, and what am I doing? What on earth am I doing? I do not fully understand what I'm doing at this point. There we go. So I'm finally getting... Yeah. So I see that there's a fair number of immortals out. Units. Or not immortals, but roaches. So I need some immortals to deal with that. Or, here's the other question. Against roaches, I usually like to go 3-gate robo in that, but would just plain sentry zealot do it? You know, should I not be doing quite as many stalkers? Because look at that. I got 150 there, but I got 160... Light. They're both... He's light. And Stalker is armored. What do you do? Roach regenerates life if underground. Armored unit regenerates... Nope, doesn't say anything about that. It's just range. I think I need to do a couple of tests on that one. So, Immortals... Hardening shield... Has shield to deflect high, can attack ground unit. No, alright, fine. So, the other thing that I was kind of proud of here was when I expanded 10 minutes, I finally got some more production buildings to start dealing with. So I'm keeping my minerals low here, but I don't think it continued. I'm also not looking around quite as much as I want to there. That's an interesting wall of creep colonies. That's very interesting. I don't know what's going on there. So he's moving out creep, taking a third base. Here he comes there. I finally bring my observer down and I think, you know what I should do? I should go down and look and see if there is a third base. Find it. The army supply, I am low, however... Oh yeah, I have too much money now. This is when it starts getting out of hand. The income levels are not that far off, but the problem is that I'm definitely getting way behind. I should have a lot. My army should be continually growing. So here we go at around the 10 or 12. What I like to refer to as kind of the bad mid-game part, because this is when I just start to really totally suck. And okay, so I'm supply blocked. The supply blocking is what's doing a bit of damage there. Spire on its way down finally. I don't know where that spire was. I definitely did not detect... Ah, there we go. No, that's just a spore crawler. Where'd he put it? Oh, there it is. So it's way in the back. I don't see that because all I see is down here. So let's have a look here. I'm at 81 to 63 army supply. Note how I'm not... You know, I'm not supply blocked, but I don't have any additional pylons. I should be getting pylons. I should be getting rid of this money. This is a stupid amount of money to have. But watch this. I didn't talk about this, but here we go. I saw him coming in after me, so I decided to squeeze the army just there. And that allowed me to take out this third. Now the real problem is I didn't really have a backup plan. He had a backup plan of going to frickin' kill me. So I decided, since I stormed that, or at least I managed to hold that off a bit, now comes the issue, and I gotta force field this as well. I was a little early. I don't know if he saw that or not, and then I decide I'm just gonna come up here. So again, trying to use my sentries to my advantage. 4 of them with me at the moment. I think I finally noticed him coming up behind me. Just trying to do things about the ramps. Just trying to deal with that. Trying to hold them off. I thought I was doing really well at this point, but the problem is that I just wasn't doing anything behind it, because look at that. I'm still only at 124, so Jagaroth can really rebuild quite quickly here. That was some pretty bad force fields right there. Immortal's just not cutting it, and he is just gutting this army, so I've got nothing left. 5 more, a few more Immortals just there. The income level spikes because I killed 2 of his bases. I was pretty excited about that. The only issue here is that his army now far outstrips mine because I was not... Yeah, there it is. So 100% of that, I would say, is me just not making enough. What am I making now? Ground Armor 1, finally getting another Gateway and a Twilight Council just to get rid of some of this money. This is a stupid amount of money. I should have expanded, probably. This is when the Mutalisks start coming in, and now I'm in trouble because look at that. That's 7 Mutalisks on their way in, so he had... Wow, so he pretty much only had just the 1. Now, I did happen to have enough warps to do a little something about this, but I just was not creating enough units at the time to deal with this amount of money this amount of income I had coming in. I mean, I should be maxing out. I should have so many more units. So this is 12, and I think my warp in. We're at, yeah, I was only that much of a gate right there. So that was the bad news. Looking over at the EPM, his is going skyrocketing up. However, the snipe, the double snipe, I thought I did that really well with the force fields and just keeping his army at bay. I probably could have done a much better job and gone back to attack the army since I had totally cut it up. I then cut up the rest of this army. But the problem was that I had nothing to deal with this Mutalisk ball, which didn't seem to be getting any bigger. So realistically, had I sort of built up a bunch of stalkers down here at the bottom, I probably could have done something about that. I apparently chose not to, eventually. This frontal army by mine, I managed, yeah, there's a Guardian Shield that is completely useless. It's a really low supply game at this point. I'm building another base down here, but cleverly he decides to branch off and come find me. So that was a really smart maneuver right there. I thought it is entirely possible that I can do something about this. Not something huge. This is all I've got down here to come in and take all of this out. But the problem is he's now warping in a lot more Mutalisks, and yeah, he just had me. So keep that money down. I gotta keep that money down. That's the problem. Supply blocking, continually building pylons. I'm not building enough pylons, and I'm not spending my money on building enough units. When I attack, I need to be doing something at the same time. Multitasking. Multitasking is one of my big failures. So, I think we figured that one out. Leave me a comment down below, send me an email, ziggyzig@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter, @ZiggyStarcraft. Stay tuned. 19 kills!